Good evening. Welcome to the Left, Right and Centre. I'm Sarah Jacob. The big story today. After fortifying the state's borders, a 4-member Congress delegation finally made it to Hathras. Rahul and Priyanka Gandhi met with the 20-year-old rape victim's grieving family after 48 hours of being cut off from everyone, denied their basic rights of access to the media, of access to legal aid. The family of the 20-year-old young SC woman who was gang raped and murdered, whose body was then cremated in the dead of night by the UP police in a secretive ceremony, they were finally today allowed access to the press and to meet with leaders of the opposition. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi and Party General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, whose visuals you can see on your screens right now, consoling the mother of that 20-year-old, and two other leaders, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, KC Venugopal, who all had been halted at the border of UP by a wall of UP police officers, finally met with the grieving and traumatized family this evening. Rahul Gandhi began his day by tweeting, "Nothing in the world can stop me from going to Hathras to meet this unhappy family to share their pain." And he ended the day by saying the family's fight for justice will continue. Listen in.
और उसके बाद बच्चे का चेहरा भी नहीं देख पाए, उसे घर भी नहीं योगी आदित्यनाथ जी को अपनी जिम्मेदारी समझनी पड़ेगी और उनको समझना पड़ेगा। जहाँ ये अन्याय होगा हम वहाँ पहुँच के उस अन्याय के खिलाफ लड़ेंगे और खड़े रहेंगे। और जब तक न्याय नहीं होगा तो न वो हमें रोक सकते हैं और न कोई और हमें रोक पाएगा। और आखिरी बात, इनको धमकाकर इनसे कागज साइन करवाएंगे। योगी जी को समझना चाहिए, धमकाकर कागज साइन करवाना चाहते हैं। कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, पीछे रखो, कोई कोई शक्ति इनकी आवाज को नहीं दबा सकती। योगी और बीजेपी के सब कार्यकर्ताओं को समझना पड़ेगा। हिंदुस्तान की हर नारी की आवाज है।
All right, the fight, nobody will be able to silence the family, says Rahul and Priyanka Gandhi. But the big breaking news at this hour is that the UP Chief Minister, the Adityanath government, has now recommended a CBI probe into the Hathras case. We have my colleagues Alok Pandey and in UP joining us, and we have Akshay, who is in Hathras right now. Alok, to you first. Finally, a CBI investigation ordered in the Hathras horror. But what's interesting here is that it's not the opposition that has been demanding it, which they has, but that's not who's made this call for CBI probe. It is none other than the Chief Minister, the UP Chief Minister Adityanath. Is this a public repudiation of the UP government's handling of this case, the shameful handling of this case so far?
Well, Sarah, I think it is certainly damage control, if nothing else. In the last 4 days, there has been a downward spiral in the way the UP government has handled this case. Its foot soldiers on the ground have lost no opportunity to traumatize an already a family that is already in an immense facing an immense mountain of grief. I mean, I'm sorry to say it this way, but that is the absolute truth. And the administration, at least in the eyes of the public and the media, seems to have done more to traumatize that family further rather than console them or do something in their interest. Those bits have only happened after the political storm over this issue and after 2 days of these people barricading that village and not allowing anyone to go inside, including the media, by some reason that really doesn't cut some eyes, saying कि SIT का investigation चल रहा है. ऐसा कौन सा investigation कर रही है SIT? अगर इनकी पुलिस शुरू में they had done something, then it wouldn't have come to this pass. But anyway, now they are doing damage control, and that is why you've had a situation where top officials of the UP government, the additional chief secretary, is all powerful in UP, Mr. Awasthi, and the Director General of Police, who is also Mr. Awasthi, both of them went today, and you saw those visuals with hundreds of cameras surrounding them, sitting with the family, folding hands in front of them, showing the empathy that they should have shown 4 days, 5 days ago.
Correct.
At that point of time, they were busy pushing and shoving anyone who tried to come in the way of an ambulance that was bringing a dead woman's body home to their family members. There is an allegation that the family members were locked inside a house, and these people went and cremated the woman, pouring all kinds of stuff to burn her body. And it's just, I mean, there are no words to describe what they have done, allegedly done. So now course correction is happening, but the course correction is happening after so much of a political storm, after so many people have tried to go there, after so many of these officials on the ground have pushed and shoved and thrown to the ground politicians. This is unprecedented. We haven't seen such things in the past. But now finally there seems to be some attempt and realization that things have gone too far, and that's why the government seems to be course correcting.
Right, Alok. So, Akshay, now this slightly anticlimactic moment, the UP government severely criticized for its handling of this tragic case, eventually seems to have given in to pressure, not just in announcing the CBI probe, but also in allowing Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi and 2 others to cross over to UP and to meet the family. And there they said in that all-powerful statement, they're saying that her voice will no longer be silenced.
Well, Sarah, as far as the UP police and the authorities allowing both of these Congress leaders, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra and Rahul Gandhi, to meet the family of the Hathras gang rape victim, in fact, can be just a safety valve because definitely we have been seeing that just 2 days back, Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra and other Congress leaders tried to reach out to the family. They were stopped midway at the Yamuna Expressway. They were not allowed. In fact, both of these leaders were detained from there. Then they were dropped later in the national capital once again. Today they again tried to attempt. They were stopped by the UP police initially, but then we saw that later the government as well as the authorities realized that they cannot stop the political leaders from coming in, because now there are there is information coming in that Akhilesh Yadav might also try to reach out to the family of the Hathras gang rape victim. So if they would have stopped the political leaders today as well, this was pretty much certain that the Congress leader would have tried to reach out to the family once again, and that would have just further intensified the pressure that already was there on the UP government. Similarly, when they tried to stop the media for approximately 48 hours, an immense amount of pressure was forming as far as the authorities here are concerned, and the UP government. The government was receiving a lot of flack for barring the media from reaching out to the family. There were reports coming in that the phones were confiscated of the family members, and then we saw that a young boy escaped from the village. He came out and spoke and told the horrible the thing that were happening inside. Today when we spoke to the family, they clearly said that yes, their phones were confiscated, they were being threatened, they are still under immense pressure. So definitely there was a lot of pressure, too much pressure for the UP authorities and the government to handle, and that exactly is the reason, and that that exactly is the reason that the government finally gave up. They allowed the Congress leaders to reach out to the family to release some of the pressure that was mounting on the UP government. As far as the investigation is going on right now, the people here, the family members have clearly said that they do not trust the investigation by the UP police. They were demanding this CBI probe. But very interestingly, Sarah, a similar kind of demand has also been made by the Thakur community of this entire area of Hathras. They were going to hold a massive panchayat tomorrow, and they said that until and unless a CBI probe is ordered, they will continue their movement. So this demand was being raised by both of the parties, be it the Thakur community here or be it the family of the Hathras gang rape victim. So finally, the UP government has accepted one condition here, but still there are a lot of lapses that were done. They are still to be answered by the authorities, especially the DM of Hathras, who was in fact threatening the family when a videotape was leaked. So definitely a lot of accountability still has to be set.
So many questions are still unanswered. Thank you, Akshay, and stay safe as the press is all crowding there in Hathras to bring us, our viewers, the latest updates. Thanks for that. So as Akshay pointed out there, the pressure had been building, but in the end, after fortifying the borders, a 4-member Congress delegation finally made it to Hathras. Rahul and Priyanka Gandhi met with a 20-year-old rape victim's grieving family. But first, it was a dramatic day where the UP police resorted to a mild lathi charge on protesting Congress workers and Congress leaders at the Delhi-UP border. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra then stepped up to shield the Congress workers. Here's what transpired.
A second day of drama on the Delhi-UP border. Priyanka Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, along with about 50 Congress MPs, reached the border, where they were stopped. And after a few minutes of confusion, were told that 5 of them would be allowed to go.
After a hectic negotiation, the UP police finally agreed to allow only 5 leaders to cross the border to visit Hathras, citing Section 144 in place. So 5 leaders, senior Congress leaders like K.C. Venugopal, Mukul Wasnik and also Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary accompanied Gandhis, both Rahul Gandhi and also Priyanka Gandhi, in their visit to the Hathras.
UP police lathi-charge Congress workers gathered at the DND toll plaza when they tried to follow their leaders into UP.
Only 5 persons were allowed, and we were requesting all the crowd that nobody else should go forward, because some of the persons, as you must have seen, some barricades were also dropped, and some of the police personnel was also mishandled by some of the persons. So in that situation, they must have used a little force.
With Arvind Gunasekar and Saurabh Shukla, Saurabh Chakravarti for NDTV.
But in the end, it was mounting protests from Delhi to Hathras and Lucknow over the highly insensitive approach of the UP police and the administration to this case that has, it seems, led the Chief Minister Adityanath to try and douse these flames of anger. Top UP officials and the State Police Chief and the Home Secretary even finally visited the village of the Hathras victim today, visited their home days after outrage over the way the UP government has handled the case. The visit, the first by such high-ranking officials, comes amidst a wave of criticism directed at the Adityanath government over both, not just the Hathras tragedy, but similarly horrific crimes against women in the state.
Top UP officials, the state's police chief and the additional chief secretary, squatting on the floor with folded hands, taking notes as they finally meet the grieving family of the 20-year-old gang rape victim in Hathras.
अत्यंत दुखद घटना है। तत्कालीन जो एसपी हैं, तत्कालीन जो सीओ थे, तत्कालीन जो इंस्पेक्टर थे, सीनियर सब इंस्पेक्टर, हेड मोहर्रिर, इन सबको निलंबित करने का आदेश दिया। परिवार की तरफ से जो भी बिंदु आएंगे, हम समाधान निकालने का प्रयास करेंगे।
About the cremation, sir. Sir, what do you have to say about the cremation? Did you have knowledge of that? However, the officials refused to take any questions from the media. Stung by days of mounting criticism and outrage over its handling of the Hathras case, the UP government is firefighting at last. This morning, the media, shut off from the Hathras family's village for 48 hours, finally allowed into the village this morning and allowed to meet this grieving, scared family, which alleges pressure and intimidation from the local officials.
जो जांच हो रही है, इस पर भरोसा है आपको? यूपी पुलिस पर भरोसा है?
मुझे किसी पे भरोसा नहीं है, किसी पे भरोसा नहीं है। जो मुझे दिख रहा है उसको प्लीज।
5 police officers, including the district police chief, were suspended last night. The big question is, will their bosses, the senior police officers and those in the administration face any action? In Hathras with colleague Mukesh Sengar and Ashok Mahale, Akshay Dongre, 20TV.
So what's next? Joining us now, Supriya Srinathe, for national spokesperson for the Congress, Geeta Bhatt, a pro-BJP political analyst, Sudhindra Bhadoria, national spokesperson of the BSP, and we have A.K. Jain, former DGP of UP, also joining us. Geeta Bhatt, to you first. The fact that the UP Chief Minister is now recommending a CBI probe in the Hathras case, a public embarrassment really for the UP Chief Minister and the lawless police in the state, it seems. Public pressure finally forcing him to act?
Well, sir, I think, you see, a very heinous crime had taken place, and for justice to be delivered immediately, whatever within the ambit of the law, whatever could be done, that has been done by the Chief Minister. Constitution of the SIT, and it was on the preliminary report submitted by the SIT that the SP and a few other police officials were suspended. And immediately after that, and I think this is a welcome move, that CBI probe has been constituted. And I do remember, Sarah, a similar case had happened in 2015 in a village in Faridabad, where the two Dalit children, they were burnt, and at that time also similar kind of circumstances were there, exactly the same what is happening in Hathras right now. And Rahul Gandhi had visited and had criticized none other than the Prime Minister of the country for that, and a CBI inquiry later was, for the same reasons, for the CBI inquiry was constituted, and later it was found that it was the house was bolted inside, and it was because of an oil lamp that unfortunate incident had happened. So, it is good that a CBI inquiry, is being conducted, and therefore all whether it is whichever part of the society which feels is aggrieved, will have, they will at least feel satisfied by the.
All right, Geeta Bhatt points out that the SIT has been looking into the matter. The Adityanath government says justice will be done, and points out that 5 policemen, including a superintendent of police, have been suspended as the BJP government in the state tries to quell this flood of criticism coming its way. But Mr. Jain, as a former DGP, surely are these officers scapegoats? Because surely they were only following orders coming from the top.
No, maintenance of law and order in the district, that's the jurisdiction of the district magistrate and SP. It is their responsibility. And if they have failed, they should be held.
So the decision to cremate a body in the middle of the night under the cover of darkness, the family says no family member was present. The family says they had not even given the permission for the body to be cremated. Could that decision have been taken by these officers, the lower level officers who have been suspended, or do you think heads should roll at a higher level?
In my opinion, as far as I know, we have been practicing this, that whosoever is the senior most in the district at that point of time, whether it's a DM, Commissioner, SP, IG range, or ADG rank officer, whosoever is there, he takes a decision. He takes the decision that this has to be done, otherwise there will be massive law and order problem in the morning. And I don't think their decision is generally challenged by the senior people sitting at Lucknow, that no, you have not taken the right decision and you must wait for the daytime. So I don't think this is actually the basic responsibility of the district magistrate and SP, and they cannot escape this responsibility. It must have been in the knowledge of seniors. I'm not denying this. It must have been in the knowledge of ADG Law and Order, IG Range, Commissioner, Principal Secretary Home, DGP, that we are conducting bureau in the night only to escape problems which might crop up next day in the daytime if the cremation takes place. They might be in the know of it, but decision is exclusively of DM and SP, and they are accountable for it.
Supriya Shinate, you want to come in, but I also want to bring in that very important point. As Geeta Bhatt says, 2 decisions actually have been thrown up by the SIT. The second one is that the UP government has decided to conduct a narco analysis test on the victim's family. What does that mean? A narco analysis test usually is conducted with the permission of everyone involved on the accused. Is the family the accused in this case?
There are some facts that I think I want to put on the table before we carry any forward. Here was a victim who died of a very gruesome crime. So there was a crime that was committed, and look at the criminal negligence that followed. Her gang rape FIR was not lodged for 8 days. She was not shifted to Delhi in time. The Chief Minister, and Ms. Bhatt keeps talking about the immediacy of his action. The Chief Minister did not open his mouth and make a statement for 16 days. It was only after the death and the media activity on this and the opposition gang pressure did he make a statement. He did not open his mouth on a gruesome crime like this. And then see how the cremation was done. Mr. Jain was talking about the local officials. I want to point out to your audience and to this panel here that it wasn't just the local officials, it was the ADG Law and Order who came on record and tried to say there was no rape because no semen was found. The reality is that the law has changed in 2013 and ADG Law and Order of Uttar Pradesh doesn't know that.
Even as the SIT report still was yet to be out. So you're prejudging an investigation.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because the Supreme Court judgment and the new law of Section 375 under the Indian Penal Code now says no semen needs to be found to establish rape. An attempt to penetrate is also rape. You don't need to have penis penetration. So that is the ADG Law and Order. And then see how they handle the media. They try to gag the media. Phones are tapped, audio is leaked. They try to stop opposition leaders. This is the first time in independent India where opposition is not allowed to meet a bereaved family to show solidarity. I mean, what are they trying to hide? And where does the buck stop? Nobody here can say.
But I want to focus on this narco analysis test. Geeta Bhatt subjecting the family of a victim to a narco analysis test that goes under the principles of natural justice, because they are not the accused here. They have not been charged with any offence. Why does the UP government want to interrogate the family?
Also, you see, I think this is the, as you said, the UP police had come out with this
suggestion. Please let Geeta Bhatt respond.
Well, it seems that the UP police had come out, what is there in the media, although, you know, now it is irrelevant when a CBI inquiry is taking place. All these things are, you know, of no relevance. But I would also like to add over here.
No, everything is of relevance here, Geeta, because this is a family that has already been traumatized. You are then telling a family that has lost their 20-year-old child that they have to undergo a narco analysis test, and we're saying that that is irrelevant now?
No, Sarah, I am saying that it is Sarah, all I am saying is that now since a CBI inquiry has been conducted, SIT was already set up. So they were, until and unless they come out and they, put in some kind of an investigation, that is something which is of concern. If they are the ones who come out with this kind of a recommendation, then it is a matter of concern. However, I want to add here that, you know, that when a woman who is asking for an FIR to be lodged and because of the harassment of the police self-immolates herself, and the police commissioner of the city says that FIR will not be lodged even after she dies because it was a consensual relationship. We do not see Priyanka Vadra marching with 5,000 people. This happened in 2019 in Jaipur, not in some small village.
Geeta Bhatt, unfortunately, there are way too many heinous crimes against women that take place in our country.
Even the media did not find to take up the call. I mean, every woman needs justice. Please fight for the justice. Whatever.
Geeta, I'm looking at Geeta Bhatt. I'm looking at a photograph that is doing the rounds on Twitter, which shows a male police officer's hand on Priyanka Gandhi's kurta. And the question being asked, as a woman, I ask you this question. The question being asked by women across the country right now who are looking at this photograph is that imagine if a party leader can be treated like this. What will be the state of a common woman in UP? What will they be treated like by the UP police?
No, Sarah, I have a larger point to make there if I
can. Geeta Bhatt.
Hello.
Yes, Geeta. Would you like me to repeat the question?
Yes, please.
There's a photograph doing the rounds on Twitter which shows a male police officer's hand, his fist holding Priyanka Gandhi's kurta, holding her by the collar. As we're playing some of those visuals out there, there's one of the photographs taken from that. Many women across the country are looking at this photograph and wondering if this can happen to a mainstream national leader in full media glare. What would it be like to be a common woman in UP? How do you take on the police if this is the state of how a mainstream national leader in full media glare can be treated?
Well, no, you see, of course, this is something which should not be done. This is really sad. In fact, I remember Priyanka Vadra when on Kathua rape case, then a march was done near India Gate. It was, you know, people from their own party, their workers only, they were not only they molested many of the journalists, but even Priyanka Vadra at that time, her clothes were being pulled. So this mindset, whether of the common public or of the police, this is very shameful.
I think,
This should be condemned.
I think the words that I want to end this show on really were that the voice of this young victim cannot be silenced any longer. This is something that all of us viewers, people across India are saying this is not acceptable, and she needs, her story should not die quietly like her body was burnt in the middle of the night under the cover of darkness. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We will continue to focus on the story here on NDTV. Good night.